When the bell rings, all the talk ends. No more tweets, no more interviews, just two men, one ring, and the truth. And for Gervonta Tank Davis, that truth is simple: he's not fighting for followers. He's fighting for boxing itself. Whether you love him or hate him, Jake Paul has changed boxing forever. But on fight night, he'll face a man who was born to fight. The internet's loudest boxer meets the sport's deadliest puncher. And when that bell rings, there will be no cameras, no edits, no scripts. Just raw power, skill, and truth. This is the fight that will decide the future of boxing. Yet others defend him, pointing out that boxing has always been part sport, part show. From Ali to Tyson, spectacle has always sold the fight, but skill has always won it. If Tank destroys Jake Paul, he could restore balance, reminding the world that real fighters still rule the ring. This is more than a fight. It's a battle between authenticity and entertainment. Between a fighter who was built in the gym and one built on the internet. If Jake Paul pulls off an upset, it will shake the sport to its core. But if Gervonta Davis wins, especially with a knockout, it will remind everyone that skill, experience, and heart can't be faked. Boxing's reputation is on the line. And so is Tank's pride. As the fight draws closer, both men continue their grind. Jake Paul builds his confidence online, while Gervonta Davis sharpens his power in silence. Two very different worlds, about to collide under one roof, the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia, on November 14th. Behind the scenes, boxing insiders say this fight wasn't just Tank's idea, it was also a move to rescue PBC, his promotional network, from financial strain. Former world champion Timothy Bradley revealed that Davis had limited options after his last fight. When negotiations for a Lamont Roach rematch fell apart, the Jake Paul deal became the best path forward: high exposure, huge money, massive attention. Bradley explained, Tank didn't pick this fight because he had to prove something to Jake Paul, he picked it because it was the smartest business move in a complicated sport. But not everyone is happy. Some fans believe Tank's decision to fight Jake Paul gives legitimacy to influencer boxing, a movement many hardcore fans despise. Critics argue that Tank, once seen as the future of the sport, is now participating in the very spectacle he used to criticize. They say it's more entertainment than legacy. According to sports analyst Max Kellerman, Tank accepted the Jake Paul fight not just for fame or money, but to secure his family's future. After years of endless training camps and championship bouts, Tank wanted one big spectacle, one fight that would let him step back, breathe, and spend time with the people he loves. Kellerman said, this fight represents the next chapter for Tank, the chance to cash in on years of hard work while reminding the world he's still one of the most dangerous men alive. When the fighters met face to face, the contrast was clear. Jake Paul, loud, confident, a master of promotion. Gervonta Davis, silent, stoic, laser-focused. Jake tried everything to get a reaction out of Tank: insults, jokes, even mockery. But Tank didn't flinch. Analyst Chris Mannix called it perfectly, Jake knows how to sell a fight, but Tank knows how to win one. And that's what makes this matchup so fascinating. One man sells hype. The other delivers knockouts. Renowned trainer Teddy Atlas has seen it all, and he believes Gervonta Davis is in a class of his own. Atlas dismissed Jake Paul's so-called size advantage, saying, when the bell rings, size won't matter. Experience will. He explained that Tank has faced every style: pressure fighters, defensive wizards, taller men, counter-punchers. Jake Paul? He's fought former MMA fighters, not true boxing veterans. Atlas said what many fans were thinking: if people are asking, what if Jake lands one big shot, they're missing the point. Tank's entire career is built on turning other people's what-ifs into nightmares. For Tank Davis, this fight isn't about belts. It's about legacy, and maybe, closure. For Sonnen, this fight goes beyond belts and rankings. It's about protecting boxing's legacy from the circus that's grown around influencer boxing. If Tank Davis knocks Jake Paul out, it won't just be a win. It'll be a message to everyone who forgot what elite boxing truly looks like every day. Tank's camp pushes him past exhaustion. His trainers focus on more than power, they're building endurance, timing, and control. Each round against a heavyweight opponent strengthens his defensive reflexes. Every punch teaches him how to conserve energy and strike with surgical accuracy. One coach said, by fighting bigger men in camp, Tank's making sure that when the real fight comes, Jake will feel small. It's a psychological edge as much as a physical one. Tank's not just preparing for Jake's punches, he's preparing to dominate every inch of the ring. For Sonnen, this fight goes beyond belts and rankings. It's about protecting boxing's legacy from the circus that's grown around influencer boxing. If Tank Davis knocks Jake Paul out, it won't just be a win. It'll be a message to everyone who forgot what elite boxing truly looks like every day. Tank's camp pushes him past exhaustion. His trainers focus on more than power, they're building endurance, timing, and control. Each round against a heavyweight opponent strengthens his defensive reflexes. Every punch teaches him how to conserve energy and strike with surgical accuracy. One coach said, by fighting bigger men in camp, Tank's making sure that when the real fight comes, Jake will feel small. It's a psychological edge as much as a physical one. Tank's not just preparing for Jake's punches, he's preparing to dominate every inch of the ring. It's a matchup that no boxing commission would sanction as an official professional fight. That's why this bout has been labeled an exhibition, though, make no mistake, both men plan to end it violently. As footage of Tank's heavyweight sparring hit the internet, fans were left stunned. Could the smaller man really withstand that kind of pressure? His team insists yes, because Tank's secret weapon isn't size, it's explosiveness. Tank Davis carries the weight of boxing's credibility on his shoulders. According to Sonnen, this isn't just another fight, it's a statement to the world that true boxing still matters. Chael explained, no matter how much attention Jake Paul brings to the sport, this fight is Tank's chance to remind fans what real skill looks like, what years of dedication and discipline produce inside the ring. Reports from his camp reveal that Tank's been going toe-to-toe with professional heavyweights. One sparring session even ended with the bigger man rocked, stunned by a lightning-fast left hand that sent him stumbling into the ropes. Witnesses describe it as one of the most powerful punches they've ever seen from a man his size. Even in the gym, Tank is showing the world, size means nothing when power, timing, and skill collide. He's not just training harder. He's training smarter. Each heavyweight sparring session forces him to calculate distance, sharpen defense, and find precision against massive opponents. Tank's message is clear, if I can handle these giants. Jake Paul doesn't stand a chance. On paper, the difference is staggering. Jake Paul stands at 6 feet 1 inch, walking around near 200 pounds. Tank Davis? Just 5 feet 4 inches, weighing 135. In the world of boxing, few names strike fear like Gervonta Tank Davis. A man known for his thunderous power, precision, and pure instinct, the kind of fighter who doesn't just win, he destroys. But this time, the challenge ahead of him is unlike anything he's faced before. Standing across from him, the internet's most controversial boxer, Jake Paul. A YouTuber turned prizefighter, now daring to step into the ring with one of boxing's most dangerous knockout artists. And Tank Davis isn't taking it lightly. Behind closed gym doors, he's been sparring heavyweights, men who outweigh him by 50, even 70 pounds, preparing for war. Inside the gym, the sound of gloves smashing against heavy bags echoes like thunder. Davis has taken his training to another level, pushing himself far beyond the limits of his division.